Dude, when the shit hits the fan, things start moving quick and it's honestly getting hard to keep up. So this lady, Miss James, it turns out her lawyer incriminated her so badly when he sent that letter to the DOJ asking not to prosecute that the FBI actually immediately launched a criminal investigation. I mean, yeah, even I could have told you not to go with Mr. Parmesan Cheese's lawyer over here.
I spent more time on my hands and knees picking through rugs, smoking anything that even remotely resembled crack cocaine. I probably smoked more Parmesan cheese than anyone. I went one time for 13 days without sleeping, smoking crack and drinking vodka exclusively throughout that entire time.
I'm by winning. I win here and I win there. Now what? Man, I was banging 7-gram rocks and finishing them because that's how I roll.
Yo, she's looking at some serious charges with what the FBI's picked up. Not only that, but it turns out Letitia James is attempting to stick New Yorkers with the bill for her legal defense. Let's get into it, guys. So you guys remember the other day when we went over her lawyer's defense on that Virginia property. Now, here's the really interesting thing about that Norfolk property. See, her own defense is that she helped her niece get that property to create some generational wealth. The Attorney General bought a property with her niece because her father instilled in her the importance of owning property to build generational wealth. Her office said in a statement, her niece lives in the home as a primary residence, and the Attorney General has made it clear that she is not using the Virginia home as her primary residence because she lives in New York. Which is a really interesting choice for her defense because it actually confirms that she never intended to move in, which allegedly confirms not only mortgage fraud, but by nature, insurance fraud as well. Most critically, this power of attorney was the basis for the entire mortgage underwriting. The loan terms explicitly required both James and her relative to establish the property as their principal residence within 60 days of closing. By approximately October 30th, 2023, the financial institution relied on these specific occupancy declarations to approve the loan. We'll leave it to our boy Sam Antar to actually find the documents themselves, man. This dude has been on a mission. Thanks to new documents Sam has uncovered, we now have proof that her lawyer didn't even get the timeline of her communications correct in that letter. We now know that Letitia James told her broker, hey, this isn't going to be my main property, and also just to be clear, I'm looking at other properties to invest in as well. And then multiple weeks later, signed a document herself saying, yep, I'm going to be living here. In this absolute chat of a lawyer, this Abby Lowell guy couldn't have made the discrepancy more obvious in his official letter to the DOJ. Yo, guys, you think we've secretly red-pilled this Abby Lowell dude? Do they have something on him? Is that why all these sketchy-ass people keep using him like Hunter Biden or Jared Kushner? Maybe he's being held hostage here, being forced to do the Democrats' bidding or something. What do you guys think? Is this his secret cry for freedom from captivity? Either that or this guy's fried one too many brain cells. I don't know. So anyway, this dude drops that bombshell of a letter to the DOJ. Please don't prosecute us, even though my client is definitely guilty, and I guess they just forwarded it to the FBI and we're off to the races here. Seriously, man, Abby Lowell, you gotta love this guy. The FBI opens formal investigation into New York Attorney General Letitia James. The FBI in Albany has opened a formal criminal investigation examining the real estate and mortgage transactions of New York Attorney General Letitia James, according to law enforcement sources briefed on the matter. It's unclear why U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi steered the referral to New York's Northern District. Although James is a statewide elected official with offices in Albany, the transactions involve her personal property purchases and loans that were processed in New York City and Virginia. Some of the transactions also may fall outside of the federal statute of limitations, although one of the mortgages involves James's assertion in loan documents related to her 2023 purchase of a residence in Norfolk, Virginia. My G, Letitia, don't start a chess career anytime soon. It just goes to show you how tipped the scales are in favor of Democrat shills the way they waffle immediately when push comes to shove. George Soros's quiet overhaul of the U.S. justice system. While America's political kingmakers inject their millions into high-profile presidential and congressional contests, Democratic megadonor George Soros has directed his wealth into reshaping the American justice system. It is by far the most tangible action in a progressive push to find, prepare, and finance criminal justice reform-oriented candidates, and it has inspired fury among opponents angry about outside influence in local elections. This is what we're dealing with, people. Rich billionaires from other countries apparently get just as much of a say in our political landscape as we do. And it turns out he has no idea what the heck he's talking about. If he was hiring an employee for a job, the only job she's qualified for is going after Trump. Is that what we want? To allow these foreign billionaires to reduce our political system to personal ideological grievances? I don't think so. And that's why we stepped up and did something about it. Now, Letitia James, Soros' little pet project, is on the line for some serious time. I mean, this is no joke. We're looking at up to 20 years for mortgage fraud alone, with fines up to $250,000 per count. And if this involves a financial institution, it can increase up to 30 years, guys. She could have perjured herself, and if this is true, she's got 7 years and $5,000 in fines on top of that. Not to mention the nearly $42,000 in taxpayer funds she spent on private jet travel, which under New York law could constitute $50,000 fine, 3 to 25 years, and be a Class C felony. So now I guess she's looking at serious time. And I don't know, we must have fully red-pilled her lawyer, and she's fully exposed out in the open here, leaving the Democrat establishment of New York freaking out trying to control the fallout.
Taxpayers may be footing the bill for Letitia James's legal fees related to that mortgage fraud, the series of allegations that we broke right here on The Angle. Governor Kathy Hochul's budget bill now has language that would actually put taxpayers on the hook for officials dealing with Trump administration-led investigations. So if the DOJ takes up Tisha's criminal referral and this bill passes, she could end up tapping into a $10 million fund to cover any reasonable attorney's fees and expenses incurred.
These corporate shills stepped in it so hard. They spent the last 4 years going kamikaze, thinking, oh, if they just push a little harder, they'll get everything they want. Now they're on the back foot scrambling because of all the work we did making our voices heard. That's how you freaking do it, man. Hey, you guys rock. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you on the next one.